Good afternoon, dear students. Today, we in fact have initiated first time to provide intensive guidance to the students who are aspiring for JEE 2025. We shall have this conversation in two arenas. At the outset, we would talk on Shraddha group of institutions, followed by what has been the trend in latest terms in JEE since 2019 till 24. What has been the trend of JEE questions, its difficulty level. We would have an analysis on these. At the very outset, I would like to speak about Shraddha group of institutions. Shraddha group of institutions has come into inception in 2010. Honorable Mr. A.R. Tambe sir, the president of this esteemed institution, has started the legacy for last 40 years. This institution, SICD, Shraddha Institute of Career Development, has come into inception in 2010. Since last 14 years, he has been relentlessly working with complete dedication, sincerity, and commitment towards the students of the entire Western Maharashtra. Even the students are being influxed from different parts of Maharashtra. Shraddha group of institutions by name itself has its own unique selling propositions. The most significant propositions of Shraddha group of institutions is its discipline, its core values are high self-esteem, students are provided with intensive guidance, personality grooming, continuously there are intellectuals, scientific advisors, motivational speakers, IAS, IPS officers. They are relentlessly working and giving their sessions to these students. Shraddha group of institutions has come up with Shraddha Olympiad School, Shraddha CBSE School of Excellence, Shraddha GEMS. These are certain wings, and recently it has come up with Shraddha Institution of Civil Services. At Shraddha, the students are merely given enough scope for improvement. It is not an institution just for the sake of an institution, whereas Honorable President has a vision and mission, and his perception is absolutely different. He feels that when a parent has bestowed and conferred upon the responsibility on us, then we are merely accountable and responsible to deliver an optimum result from the students. In recent years, we have experienced that this organization has relentlessly worked for the cause of the students. We have students who have been into IITs across country. Almost in every 23 IITs, we have got students representation. We have students in NITs, Triple IT. We have students in ISC Bangalore. We have students in ISAR. We have students in NISAR. We recently have also introduced students participating in one of the most sought after design program organized by IIT Bombay called Industrial Design Center, which the name of the exam is UCID, that is Undergraduate Common Entrance Exam for Design. The perception of Honorable Chairman, President Sir, is that every student, even the backbencher, must get a college of very high importance, implying that every student should be so gratified that end of the day, he takes a college and goes home, he should be so gratified. The faculty members recruited with a rigorous selection process. They undergo written test, demo. It is not an abrupt selection process. And every day they are relentlessly working. Every faculty member has to deliver results. Now the most important area on which we are going to concentrate is the trend of the paper. That is since 2019 till 2024, what has been the difficulty level of the paper, how. One most important area on which the students I would like to concentrate is that the JEE has been intensively tougher examination. Every day, every year, it is becoming intensively tougher because of the students desperately inclined to pursue their career into engineering, most prominently into IITs, because for last many years we have experienced that almost for last 20 years the students are desperate to get into IIT Bombay with computer science. It is because we have seen that most of the students are so inclined, so much having pursuance to get into IIT to study CS, because they have got inspiration from global CEOs like Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, Adobe CEO Satya Narayan, Ajay Banga, chairman of the World Bank. They have driven inspiration. Raghuram Rajan, who is the who has been the International Monetary Fund managing director, who had been ex-governor of Reserve Bank of India, who has been teaching for a long span of time in Chicago Booth School. So these tech giants who have been Indian from the Indian soil, who have attained their citizenship in US, that is Indian American, their global acclaim into technocracy has been a major source of inspiration for the students to come into this IIT JEE examination and get laurels into IIT and get a very, very significant placement and get themselves established as a globally acclaimed citizen. If we talk of recent displacement in IIT Madras, which has bagged 4 crore 13 lakhs in recent time in 2024, which has been the highest placement by one of the CS graduating students from IIT Madras. Now students, that is why due to the intensive placement drive of IITs and its global acclaim by the tech giants who are ruling tech companies across globe, has got a lot of respect and dignity, and that is one of the most significant aspects for which there has been significant growth in an intensity of competition among the young generations and young students of India. Now we would be talking about this pattern of examination. We talk of 2019. For last 5 years analysis we would like to give. In 2019, overall difficulty level of the paper has been moderate. It has been a moderate paper. Particularly we talk of subjects, that is mathematics, physics and chemistry. Moderate topics like algebra, calculus and probability were emphasized. That means there have been significant questions from algebra, calculus and probability, and lengthy calculations were expected. From physics, the toughest subject with logic, heavy problems from electromagnetism, mechanics and optics. This has been the area. And from chemistry, the simplest and high scoring section with equal weightage across all branches of chemistry, that is physical chemistry, organic, inorganic chemistry. So mostly the students who have been well acquainted with their NCERT syllabi must have performed significantly well in 2019 JEE, and they have substantially improved their score. We talk of 2020, the overall difficulty level of the paper has been moderate. Like JEE Mains 2020, moderate lengthy calculations with heavy emphasis on again algebra and coordinate geometry. This has been the area on which a lot of significance has been there, because mostly questions were based on these two areas. And from physics, papers level has been simple to moderate, numerical being easier, MCQs were relatively easier. We talk of chemistry, simple direct questions were being framed from NCERT. So students were well acclaimed and well, those who have gone through the NCERT syllabus with complete detailed analysis of it, they must have been thorough in their chemistry and they must have secured significantly well in their exams. 2021, if we talk, the level is, overall difficulty level is moderate. The trend of the paper, mathematics being one of the hardest papers, that means it has been the toughest papers, while physics and chemistry have been quite simple, and there has been scope for improving their score. Mathematics challenging extensive calculations with a focus on progressions, circles and matrices in the section A, that is section 1. And that is in physics, easy to moderate topics included electrostatics, magnetism and thermodynamics. Chemistry, again, it is balanced approach, both organic and inorganic. And in session 2, key insights have been mathematics have been moderately difficult and time consuming. Calculus and coordinate geometry were heavily given importance. Easiest of the three subjects, heavily formula based questions were asked in physics in 2021 paper. Moderately difficult NCERT based questions were asked in chemistry in 2021 JEE Mains. Overall, we can say that paper has been relatively moderate. It is not a difficult paper. Talk of 2022, again it is moderate to difficult. Mathematics continues to challenge students, while chemistry and physics balanced question patterns. So mathematics heavy questions, focus has been on areas like algebra and calculus, lengthy and time consuming numerals. Physics broad coverage from mechanics, electromagnetism, modern physics and optics. And chemistry balanced the mix of physical, inorganic and organic chemistry. NCERT based questions were particularly being framed. This is one very important area on which session 2. The time management has been crucial because of the questions being asked from limits, coordinate geometry and differential calculus. As because questions were quite tough and challenging, henceforth it has been relentlessly the most significant area on which the students need to concentrate, that is the time management. And in physics, easy but linked with the topics like Carnot engine, thermodynamics and elasticity. And in chemistry, organic and inorganic chemistry were prominent. Assertion reasoning questions added complexity. So overall the paper has been quite moderate, and it has been moderate to difficult. Now we talk of 2023. Mathematics, again, trend has been that mathematics remains the most challenging section, while physics and chemistry were relatively easier. Again in 2023 we find that maths had been difficult paper. Moderately difficult, extensive calculations, focus on algebra, coordinate geometry and calculus. Easy formula based questions were asked from optics, mechanics and thermodynamics. Simple to moderate, balanced focus on physical, inorganic and organic chemistry. In session 2, challenging lengthy numerical questions, algebra, calculus, permutations emphasized, given a lot of importance. Well balanced, straightforward numerical questions formally being framed from gravitational laws of motion and rotational motion. Again we talk of chemistry, it is relatively quite an easier paper in terms of most of the students who have been thorough with NCERT, emphasized inorganic and physical chemistry. Complex certain questions were from organic and simple physical chemistry. Now in 2024 paper pattern has been almost moderate. It was not a difficult paper, it was moderate. Key insights into session 1 has been moderate and lengthy, focus on matrices, 3D in geometry, vectors, probability, like questions from statistics, that is questions on this time series, index number, coefficient of correlation, regression analysis. Easy to moderate, focus on kinematics, power and energy, gravitation, laws of motion, rotational motion, etc. And chemistry, it is almost easy going papers. Mostly the questions were based on P block elements, D and F block elements. General organic chemistry, alcohol. In comes to session 2, moderate and lengthy. Focus on integral, coordinate, vector, 3D calculus, etc. Moderate focus on gravitation, nuclear physics, dimensions, optics, thermodynamics, heat, etc. And easy and scoreable questions were asked. Mostly students are encouraged and suggested before the paper, during the session, that they must concentrate and give a lot of importance on overall NCERT. Here we have given a short analysis of last 5 years trend. If you see the trend, as I already mentioned in my initial discussions, that there has been a lot of trend and a race that's going on. So obviously number of intense competition has been too fast. Henceforth, the number of serious aspiring students also being added to the existing potential of the students. So henceforth, the cutoff is gradually increasing. It is substantially increasing. If we talk of 2019, the cutoff has been 89.7 percentile. Percentile has been 89.7, and subsequently over the years, in a span of 5 years, it has gone, like in 2020 it was 90.3, and again 2023 there was a little slide, 87.8, then again it has improved 88, and now in 2024 last year it was 93.2. So we can see that there has been significant improvement in the score of the students. Henceforth, the intensity of competition had been sparse. Number of students who are taking JEE has substantially increased. Last year it was registration almost 12 lakh 20,000 students. This time it has gone to 13 lakh 80,000 students have registered for the exam, due to take from the January 22nd till 29th of January, that is computer-based CBT test. This trend itself is a reflection of the students' potential, and it is actually a most important statistical analysis and data which suffice the purpose that the intensity of competition is gradually becoming fast. More and more serious contenders are already added in the existing potential of the students. Now we talk of preparation strategies of JEE Main, mathematics analysis. If we talk about it, key high weightage topics, percentage of questions, it is already mentioned. 3-dimensional geometry 6.8, matrices and determinants 6.7, definite integral 6.3, vector algebra 6.3, differential equations 6%. Then other important topics, sequence and series 4.8, straight lines 4.7, binomial theorem 4.5, continuity and differentiability 4.3. This is how the bifurcation has been on the areas on which the students need to give lot of importance, on the high importance areas from respective subject, particularly in mathematics here. Talk of physics, students have to give importance to areas like current, electricity 7.5, atom and nuclei 6.7, motion in a straight line and in a plane 6.5, units and measurement 6.2, moving charges, magnetism 6.2. Other important topics like electrostatics, electromagnetic induction, thermodynamics 4.3, 4.3, 3.2. This is actually the portion about physics. About chemistry, key weightage, students should give a lot of importance on organic chemistry, basic principles and techniques 11%, coordination compounds 6.7, chemical bonding and molecular structure 6.5, TP block elements 6.3, DNF block elements 5.8. General preparation tips for the students who are aspiring to take JEE in 2020. Students should give a lot of importance for practicing the papers, particularly PYQ, practice years papers. Mock test, which normally gives a very good temperament, that is called exam temperament. When a student practices examination for a simulating exam environment for a regular interval for say 20, 30 tests in the same timing, a student develops a very good bent of mind and understanding. He doesn't have any kind of fear psychosis. On the very D-day, the student feels as if the student is writing Shraddha mock test in the Vivekananda Hall, because students have been relentlessly for last 2 years, they have been given so much of exposure to All India test series in the simulating exam environment. So these tests actually substantially add values to the student's temperament. Time management and speed also one of the most significant area on which the student gets a lot of impetus and value through this Shraddha EITS. Conceptual clarity over memorization has been one of the most important area on which the student should concentrate. Instead of just for the sake of memorization, that should not be objective. Object should be clarity of concepts. And balance all the subjects, equal significance must be given to all subjects. It is not the student should be on the lopsided analysis. Give relative importance to one particular area which is his strength area, and on that very particular subject the students gives importance. That should not be the case. Every subject must be taken with high equal importance. With this I extend the students, most of the students who are actually desperate to get into IIT, on behalf of Shraddha group of institutions, we are very much concerned with every student. We are concerned with the selection of every student. And we have been relentlessly working, students have been relentlessly working for last 2 years so that they can get a decent branch. This year in 2024, 17 students have got into IIT, almost 31 students in altogether got into IIT, NIT, triple ITs. Even few students have made it into ISR, though have the inclination towards basic science subjects. So this year we are also promoting our students to appear for ISR aptitude test for admissions into 7 ISR, ISC Bangalore, Chennai IIT for admissions into bachelors in science in medical sciences and engineering technology, their newly conceived program in 2023. We also are promoting our students to take up basic science subjects in research so that the students should have multi-dimensional interest. Those students who have different kind of acumen and inclination towards research-oriented bent of mind, we are encouraging those students to even appear for NEST exam. This is National Entrance Screening Test for admissions into National Institute of Science Education Research. Other than that, we are also encouraging the students to appear for UCD examination, as I already mentioned, undergraduate common entrance exam for design, because many of the students have inherent interest towards designing, one of the most significant area on the current days, whereby the placement has been 100%, and 2 newly added institutions have been more this time. IIT Indore as well as B.Planning also have introduced ID Center, IDC, that is a design program, bachelor's in design. So encouraging our own students to appear for those exams also. And we extend our deepest gratification to all the students, and we wish every student to come out with laurels, as we already have a legacy of last 40 years. Every year students are getting into institutions of very high national importance, and we would like to continue with legacy, the same legacy, and do relentless work for the cause of the students and bring transformation into the mindset of the students. On behalf of Shraddha Group of Institutions, I extend my deepest gratification to Honorable Tambe sir, the President of Shraddha Group of Institutions, for such a cause for social transformation and elevation of the entire education in Western Maharashtra. Thank you very much.